Hey, welcome back to Damn Tasty Vegan. It's your friend Maria Rose. Today we're gonna make some air fryer asparagus, some gnocchi with roasted tomatoes, and some caramelized bananas. Yeah. So I'm really excited today because I finally have an air fryer, and I was waiting for a long time to get one because I didn't want another appliance to take up space in my kitchen. But these people at AICOOK reached out to me and offered to send me some products, and I chose the air fryer instant pot lid. I love this because you don't have to buy a whole new appliance. You can already just use an appliance that you have, your instant pot. So if you want to see me kind of recipe test some air fryer recipes, then let's hang out for a little bit. All right, this recipe works best if you use shelf-stable gnocchi. The rest of my footage got deleted, but you want to use about a tablespoon or two of olive oil, and then salt to taste, and then a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then you just air fry it at about 390 to 400 degrees for about 13 minutes total, and you want to stop it and stir it about halfway through to make sure that all of the sides get nice and crispy. Then when it has about a minute or two left to go, I add in the cherry tomatoes so that they get just slightly blistered but don't completely fall apart. And yeah, I topped it with a little bit of basil. All right, let's taste it. All right, I'm really excited about this gnocchi. Oh, it smells so good, and it's like nice and crispy. I added in some cherry tomatoes at the very end so they blister a bit. This would taste really good with pesto sauce. I really love how it's crunchy because gnocchi can tend to get a little gummy if you don't cook it right. I mean, even when you cook it right, it can be a little gummy. So this would taste really good after you air fry it, to toss it in some pesto sauce or some marinara sauce, maybe add a little extra olive oil. And I heard people say that they cook Trader Joe's cauliflower gnocchi like this because I tried that before on the pan and it just turned into a gummy, disgusting mess. So I'd like to try the Trader Joe's cauliflower gnocchi like this. They crisp up and become so good though. This is such a good way to cook gnocchi. Definitely thumbs up for this one. Asparagus can be really gritty, so you want to make sure you rinse it off really well. And sometimes I like to store it like upside down in a mason jar with some water. I'll just do that in the morning, and then by the time I cook it for dinner, it's nice and clean. Then just trim off the woody ends. And for this, I just kept it nice and simple. I used about a tablespoon of olive oil, some salt, about a half a teaspoon. I would definitely use less next time. It was a little bit too much for just one bunch of asparagus. And then I used some nutritional yeast and just mix that up nice and well. Then I preheated the air fryer a little bit for like a minute or so at 400 degrees. Now, air fryers work best if you can kind of use just one layer and not pile everything on top of each other. So maybe I would try this in 2 batches next time. But then you just air fry it at about 400 degrees for 7 minutes. I wasn't too happy with the 7-minute mark. I like my asparagus kind of crispy and a little more well done. So I ended up doing it maybe 21 minutes, I want to say, and it was a little bit too much. So next time I would definitely do it for a little bit less. But this is delicious to serve on the side with like some tofu and some roasted potatoes. You can't beat asparagus. It's so good. Okay, let's try this out. The tips are really crunchy and delicious. I've added too much salt. I would use probably a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. The nutritional yeast made it kind of gummy, so maybe I won't use that next time. I cooked them a little too long, so I wanted them to crisp up. Now they just look a little sad, so that's my fault. I went too long. Still trying to like learn how to use this air fryer. I kind of messed up a little bit, but it's a good start. I think this has a lot of potential. Okay, let's try the next recipe. Texture-wise, this works best if you use bananas that aren't too overripe or underripe. All I had were overripe bananas on hand, and I don't mind kind of the mushy texture, so I went with it, and I ended up loving this recipe, by the way. So yeah, just chop it up and then put in about a teaspoon of oil, a neutral tasting oil, then some coconut sugar. That'll give it a caramely flavor. If you don't have coconut sugar, you can use brown sugar. And then just a little bit of cinnamon. Air fry it at 375 degrees for about 5 minutes, and then flip it, and then air fry it for another 2 to 5 minutes or until it's nice and caramelized to your liking. And then this is the fun part. You can top it with whatever you want. I topped it with some cashew yogurt, some cinnamon, and some granola. I've also seen people top it with melted chocolate and walnuts. That looks incredible. I'm definitely going to try that next time. All right, last up we have these air fryer bananas. They made my house smell so good. It smells like banana bread in here. Oh my God. That's an awesome dessert. This would be really good on top of waffles or pancakes, or on top of peanut butter toast, ice cream, or just on its own. This is a really good just dessert. But this is delicious. I'm definitely gonna make this again. Definitely try that out. That was really good. And I completely forgot to film an ending, but thanks for hanging out with me and let me know which recipes you're gonna try out. See you in the next video. Bye!